representing the fastest shrinking minority in the United States, and that is of straight, fit, white guys. We have our monthly meetings here at the Improv, and we begin every monthly meeting with reciting our mantra. I am pro-vagina. I almost vomited this morning. A commercial came on gourmet cat food for breakfast. Now these animals lick their genitals. You can't tell me that a cat sits down in front of a buffet and says, should I have the Purina breakfast morning or my cunt? I have two pugs, a male and a female. The male is Wrinkles, the female is Bella. And Bella comes up behind Wrinkles, doggy style. This is the female now, and does this. Over and over again all day long on poor Wrinkles, the male. So I brought the dogs to the vet, true story, and I said, Doc, I'm not against lesbians, but is my female pug a lesbian? And I went through the whole demo, and he said she's not a lesbian. There is no homosexuality in the animal kingdom. I tend to doubt that, though. But he said that she's just a dominant female. So I said to my wife, honey, we need to learn from the animal kingdom. Now, one day Wrinkles was walking around limping. So I said, oh my God, Wrinkles, broken leg, what? Wrinkles is limping. So I brought him to the vet. The vet, 3 hours later, comes out and says, Dr. Joe, I got to tell you something about Wrinkles. He's got a torn ACL. He said, torn ACL? He sleeps 22 hours a day. Well, what was he, skiing in Aspen? Yo, Wrinkles, the moguls, watch it. You know, presidential candidate Romney, he lost the election, and I have to say I was a supporter of him. You know, don't throw too many things out. Oh, good. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Okay, so I see that Romney now is on the comedy circuit, and last week I saw his act, and he comes out there and he says, I just want you to know, don't feel bad that I lost the election against President Obama. President Obama and I have similar goals for the future. We both want a bitch and crib, a nice ride, and a white wife. Now, when I was a young man, before I met Anne Romney, I was dating a girl in France. And the girl broke up with me, and it was very heartbreaking. And I said, why are you breaking up with me now? And she said, I need to concentrate on my career. And I said, eyebrow waxing? When you get a job for NASA, then you can break up with me. Jobs. We all need to find jobs. Not enough jobs in this country. I don't believe you look for a job. Jobs find you. Everybody who's in the job right now that they have for more than 5 years, you're at the right job. If you haven't quit, you haven't been fired, you're in the right place. The people that work at the DMV, they're in the right place. Greasy hair, clothes that don't fit, a piece of rope for a belt, the DMV people. Everyone is in the right job. You can't call a ballet supply store and hear this on the phone. Ray's Ballet Supplies, can I help you? This is Ray. Yes, I need a pink tutu and a danskin top for my daughter's ballet recital. Oh, Phil, give me a SKU number on the pink pussycat tutu in chiffon. How old's your daughter there, son? She's only 5. Phil, no panty liner! You just don't see that. Okay, what's the story with pet shop girls? Is it a requirement that if a girl works in a pet store, she has to have awful skin? I could see them interviewing prospective candidates. Well, it says here that you were the director of the San Diego Zoo, but you're not making our 10-pimple quota. We're going to have to look for someone else. I went to PetSmart the other day looking for goldfish, and the woman that was helping me was covered in pimples from head to toe. She even had on her eyelids 1 pimple on each eyelid right in the center. So every time she blinked, you would see this red and white like eye appear on her eyelids. And I said, excuse me, can you tell me where the goldfish are? And she said, aisle 3, next to the crickets. So then I go to the goldfish tank, and there's a bunch of fish swimming back and forth. And don't think these fish in the aquariums are not watching you. The reason why they swim back and forth, because they're dirty, horny, filthy animals, and they're hiding something. The fish are looking at you, and they're going, Steve, check out the rack on the redhead. Don't make it so obvious. Don't make it so obvious. Do you know how fish reproduce? The woman lays 1 to 3 million eggs under a rock. 3 days later, the male fish come and spread their sperm all over the eggs. This is the safe sex video they should be showing in middle school. If this took place in the human world, a woman would lay her eggs under her bed in her condo, she'd go away on vacation to Club Med for a week, and 3 guys named Raul would go over to her apartment and spread their sperm on her eggs, and then take a 6-pack of beer out of the fridge and be out of there. Filthy, dirty animals. You know, wearing a tie for me is very dangerous, because when I go into a store wearing a tie, people think I work there. So I was at Walgreens the other day, and this woman comes up to me with a tube of vaginal cream, and she says, "Excuse me, does this burn?" And I said, "Let me see." Nope, but it's got a bit of a tang to it. I'm like Retail Man. It's like a weird superhero. Don't ask me to be Retail Man. I fight for shitty wages and long hours. And don't ask me if there's any more mediums in the back, because this is what's in the back. My poisonous gas. I am Retail Man. Anybody an empty nester here where your kids went away to college? You're home alone now with the wife? My son comes home from college. First thing out of his mouth says, "I'm not coming home this summer. I'm going to summer school and I'm backpacking through Europe." And my wife and I are like, "Is it something we said? Is it our breath? Is it our breath? What is it?" "No, I'm 18 years old and I can do whatever I want." And I said, "You have Snoopy sheets on your bed." And he said, "Oh, I could fight in the war. I could be drafted and fight in Afghanistan." And I said, "Just make sure the general doesn't see your Ninja Turtle knapsack." Thank you. Have a fantastic evening.